Hi everyone, today I'm going to show you how to make these quad bows. This is quad bow 0.2. I actually showed how to make this one 2 years ago, but the method that I use was a little bit more complex than this one, and this one's a little bit easier, so it's more friendly for all types of users from beginner to advanced. And if you do happen to make a mistake with this, I'll show you. This is how it's meant to look with the bit here, but if you do make a mistake and twist it in the wrong way, it doesn't matter because it still looks cute. And you can use all types of fabric on this one. I use this fabric ribbon as well as these autumn colours, and this is old gold, rust and scarlet, and we're going to be using mandarin today for our tutorial. Now I did have to do some prep work on this because without it it's quite time consuming to show you in, like I said, a limited tutorial, and I wanted to sort of get to the principle of everything as quickly as we can. But you need 4 pieces, and these are all 17 centimeters, so 4 times 17, and 1 piece which is 30 centimeters. But I will put the measurements in the description below because I do sometimes talk too fast or say them the wrong way around. That will be the dyscalculia, but I'll put it in the information. And on this you'll see where I've actually clipped. We've got 2 that face this way and 2 that are folded this way, so I'll show you how to do that in a minute. But like I said, I did some prep work because I didn't want it to be too slow for everyone. So I'm just going to unfold it so you can see. So for all 4 pieces I have my hair straighteners that I use purely for tutorials, and I took them all and took the pieces in half, and at the front you want to fold 1 to the left, triangle it over, and then with my straighteners to give it nice clean lines, I did that. That way my hair straightened tell me it's actually fully heated. And then on this side you start this way and you fold it down, and again with your hair straighteners do that, and this gives you the one to the left, the one to the right, and you can clip them like that. And then on this one again we've folded the piece in half, only this time we've folded to the right and done that. And then on this side we're folded down to the left and gone like that with our straighteners. And what you do is you do 2 pieces to the left and 2 pieces to the right. So 2 left, 2 to the right. So that's your left, that's your right. I literally have to draw in my hand to actually tell the right way. So what you want to do once you've got them like this is we're going to move them so we've got 1 piece left, 1 right, 1 left, 1 right, and then we take them, and because we've got this folded in, we flip that so it meets the corners. Be careful with your clips because they've got little dots on the end and you'll catch them otherwise. And we're going to do the same with this one. You just fold it down so that it meets the tips. Again, fold, and then I just move the clip to the other side and fold. So you want it so all your tips are lined up there. And if you've done your pattern right, what you want is big triangles in, and the one that's tucked in each side is on the outside. So can you see that pattern? So you've got that outer one, you've got the big triangle together. Bring them over a little bit closer to the camera so you can see. So that on each one, when we're sewing, we're doing this way so that our pockets are on the outside. That makes sense, because if we sewed them, if we did it this way, that will give you this look at the top. Sorry, this look at the bottom in the blue. So we want them like that, and it's very careful when you're sewing, put them in a line like this, because it will help you visually keep track that you've got them in the right position as we're sewing them together. And I have my needle and thread, and it's double threaded with extra strength Gutermann thread, and I'm just double knotting my end. And then we want to take each piece, line up your corners. So corner there for one, all the way in through the corner into the layer that we've folded. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and number 6 is coming back up from underneath through the triangle that side. So you've got 6 there, which will give you 3 on the back, and you repeat that for all 4 pieces. Like I said, making sure you're keeping your triangle together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And as you're learning bow making skills, remembering the balance of the bows, so doing 6 stitches on each piece, lining them up nicely and things like that. The better you get at things like that, the nicer your bows will start to look and turn out. So in from the front, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pull that down, and again, last one, line it up with the tips. In for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And I did heat seal all my ends that are tucked in here as well. And what I do is I tend to keep the clips on until I finish this part, because it just holds everything in place and stop things from slipping about. So I do a round posy version or a circle cinch with this. Pull that all the way around and pull it back, keep it nice and tight. Pull it really tight, and then what I do is I wrap that over. And I pull that nice and tight and tie that off again. And then with your access, you can just cut that down. There we go. And in a second, I will show you. I'm just going to tie off my other little bit of ribbon, well, thread, for the next little back bow. There we go. So now we can take our clips off, and as you can see, this is what it looks like at the moment. Super cute. And like I said, if you accidentally did it this way instead, this is how it would look if you did it that way. So works both ways, don't worry about it if you do ever do it the opposite way. Still looks cute, just a slightly different look. And then with this one, I fold it in half. I use my straighteners, you can do the pinch method, and if you're ever sealing anything with the lighter and the clear blue bit of the flame, you go like that, and I did that to all my ends before I straighten them and cross them over. So we're going to take this piece and we're going to do it so that the tails point this way. So fold it to the left, and then this one to the right, and you make this like Z shape like this. Okay, and we do roughly 2 centimeters both sides, and clip and clip, and I do that at this angle because it just holds everything in place. Nicely. And again, check you've got 2 centimeters that side, and then we take this and where the tips of the corners are, hold that in place, fold it down, use your lighter or your hair straighteners, whichever's easier. I've got my hair straighteners actually, so you can go like that with your hair straighteners. Forgot I still have those left on. There we go. That's what it looks like at the moment. And then we're going to take our needle and thread. We're going to go in for above 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. So in 1, 2, 3, 4, and then over this side 1, 2, 3, 4. There you go, and you'll see overall you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. This will give you 2 creases on each 1.5 inch piece, this bit and top and bottom, and it will keep your bow balanced and even. So there you go, can you see the 4 creases right on the centre? Then you can take your thread, wrap that round once or twice, and then you can take your clips off and do a little stitch off in the back. Just unloop that from the back of the bow, and then what I'm going to do with that excess is I'm going to just thread that up through the centre of the bow, up here, and then I'm going to take this one and I'm going to go right through the centre. I'm going to line it up so that I've got those there. And I'm just going to wrap that excess thread round. And stitch that off in the back. And then we are going to do a little curve down. There we go, and a little curve down again, and you sort of want to go from the corner where the quad part of the bow starts. And then we're going to take our lighter and we are going to heat seal this and this. And this is what the bow looks like with its back bow. And we've got a little alligator clip. This one is 45mm or 2 inches or just under. And I want a teeny tiny touch of glue. Okay. Then I've got my matching 9mm to wrap, just to make our centre nice and secure. A little bit of glue on the back there. Open our clip around the centre. And then nice and tight. Right, round once, open the clip again. Round again. And then cut that excess off. I always start with about 15cm for my centres to wrap. And then you just adjust it slightly so it sits comfortably where you want it. And then the last one, just to do the scrunchy bit that I have, is I've got this little bit of ribbon here, which is 2.5 inches by the 1.5 inch ribbon. And we're going to take our lighter against our thumb we're going to make this like S/Z shape and pinch that together. Take your lighter, the clear blue bit, pinch it together, and I also tap it against my lighter to get the edge nice, and then flip over the other side, the same as we've just done there, against our thumb, do that S/Z shape, take your lighter, pinch it together. Be careful of your fingers because I do occasionally burn myself. Nature of this kind of tip. But then you get your scrunch centre like this, and on one of the flat sides you want a little bit of glue, like this. Open your clip again, right against the centre, pull that over nice and tight so you can see that little scrunch there. Make sure it goes all the way around the bow. Careful you don't get glue anywhere other than the bit that you want. A little bit there. And then open your clip again. And then, like I said, give it a little bit of a fluff so it sits how you like. And there we go. We have got a super cute mandarin coloured version of the quad bow point 2. Hopefully this was useful to watch and you found it simple. If you do need any help or advice, I do have